I am very happy today. I have job to do. But I miss my Lois so much. I need to try to be handsome for my wife. Oh my God, beautiful girl. No, Lois Tiger at home. Sometimes I have to walk the path alone. No chairs, no company.
You are handsome, Peter.
You are my soulmate. I love you.
I am happy, but I have Lois already. You can love my son, Stewie. No, I love her too. What can I do? Please help me. Let's go to the party. Great news. I invited everyone on the internet to a party at our house tonight. That guy pulled a rabbit out of Meg's backpack last time. Pretty sure it was living there, though. Doorbell rings. Loud EDM music is already thumping. The man who learned to laugh with his heart, a motivational journey of Peter Griffin. Once upon a time in the town of Quahog, there lived a man named Peter Griffin, loud, reckless, and more than a little ridiculous. He was the kind of guy who jumped off roofs for fun, argued with birds in the backyard, and somehow made chaos look effortless. He loved beer, TV, and saying whatever popped into his head, often without thinking. But one day, after hurting someone he loved, with one too many selfish choices, something changed. It wasn't a dramatic thunderbolt or life or death moment. It was quiet, lonely. He sat in a hospital hallway, holding Lewis's hand, realizing he wasn't the man he thought he was. And, for the first time, he wanted to be better. That moment sparked a journey no one expected, least of all Peter himself. He began small, apologizing more, listening, really listening. He stopped using jokes as shields and started using them to connect. He faced old wounds, like the pain of being dismissed by his father, the fear of not being good enough, the shame of never being taken seriously. He fell a lot. But each time, he got back up. Slower, gentler, stronger. He made peace with his kids. He told Meg she mattered. He hugged Chris with pride. He told Stewie he was proud of him. Not because he was a genius, but because he had a heart. Peter began helping strangers, volunteering, laughing not at people, but with them. His silly jokes turned into warm lessons. People started seeing him not just as the town idiot, but as someone who had lived, lost, and learned. And then, quietly, his time came to an end. No fireworks, no final punchline, just peace. But Peter Griffin didn't disappear. He lived on, in the memories of those he loved. His old journal ended up in the hands of a struggling teen who shared his story online. Meg opened a counseling center inspired by his change. Chris became an artist who painted people's pain and joy. Stewie, older and softer, gave talks about the imperfect father, who taught him how to love. The town even built a statue of him, hand outstretched, smiling. And every year on Griffin Day, the people of Quahog laugh, remember, and hug their families a little tighter. Because Peter Griffin, the man who once ran from everything, became the man who showed a whole town how to stay, grow, and care. Not perfect, not polished, but real, and that, in the end, was more than enough. Turn this Peter speak by himself. You know, funny thing is, I used to think being real meant being loud, being the center of attention, being the guy who made everyone laugh so they'd never see what was really going on inside. But being real, it's scary. It's quiet sometimes. It's sitting across from your kid. saying I'm sorry I wasn't there when you needed me. It's looking in the mirror and not trying to make a joke, just looking, and maybe forgiving the guy staring. Back, I started doing stuff that never would have made sense to the old me. Like, I planted a tree. Just 'cause. Watched it grow. Took Stewie out for ice cream and didn't say a word while he rambled about quantum wormholes. I just listened. And it felt good. Lois said she started falling in love with me all over again. Not 'cause I became someone else, but 'cause I finally started being someone who tried. Who cared? Who showed up, and you know what? People noticed. Joe told me he'd never seen me so honest. Even Quagmire, that perv, he hugged me, said I was brave. Brave? Me? The guy who once got stuck in a vending machine trying to steal a Snickers bar. I remember sitting on the couch one night, just me and Brian, and I said, "Hey, I think I finally get it." He asked, "Get what?" And I said, "Life ain't about dodging pain or chasing laughs. It's about feeling it all. The dumb, the deep, the broken, the beautiful, all of it." He looked at me like I'd grown a second head. Then we watched a dumb movie and cried like idiots. It was perfect. And now I'm gone, sure. But I ain't. Really gone. You know, you can see me in the way Chris hugs his kids. In the way Meg stands up for people the world ignores. And Stewie, who still acts all tough but now hugs his partner in public and smiles like he means it, even in Lois, who sings in the kitchen without Karen who's listening. I live on in every joke told with kindness, every second chance given, every I love you said before it's too late. And every time someone feels like a screw-up, like they'll never change, I hope they hear this voice, my voice, saying, "Hey, it's okay. I was a mess too, still am, kinda. But you get up, you try, you keep going, and maybe someday you'll laugh with your heart too. And that's something worth living for." So, yeah, that's my story. Not perfect, not clean, not always funny. But it was mine. And I lived it the best I could, especially toward the end. When I finally figured out that laughing with your heart means showing your heart. If you're still listening, I hope you remember this. You don't have to be the smartest guy, or the strongest, or the most put together. You just gotta be willing. Willing to look at your mess and say, "All right, time to clean this up." Willing to care when it's easier not to. Willing to love, even if you've messed up before. Willing to try again and again. 'Cause when you do that, you don't just change your life. You give permission for others to change theirs. To so go out there. Be dumb if you gotta be. Be awkward. Fall on your face. But get up. Laugh a little. Cry when you need to. Hug your people. Forgive yourself. And when someone asks you what made the difference, you tell them, "Peter Griffin taught me how to laugh with my heart." Long pause. Soft chuckle. Heh. Not bad for a guy who once lost a fight to a vending machine. Thanks for listening. Cue gentle music. Camera pans up to a golden sky over Quahog. Birds fly past the Peter Griffin statue. People are laughing, hugging, living, fade to black, text. On screen to everyone who's ever felt like a lost cause. You're not. Keep going.